And no chatting among yourselves, no unnecessarily unmuting and disturbing the classes. Please do not do that. I know children who are here are much matured and can understand the instructions and the commands given by the teacher. I hope you will all be very supportive for the workshop, and anybody wants to make note of anything, wants to take a screenshot, please go ahead, because the competition will be conducted on the basis of what the workshop, what all concepts I have been covering in this workshop, in this 2 days workshop. Okay, so you can make the note of it. It's all simple and general concepts which we have picked up, a little competitive for your age. Okay, so we would be starting with our sessions. Yes, shall we go ahead? Just show me thumbs up. Just show me thumbs up. You need not unmute and tell me, yes, ma'am, I can hear you, ma'am, anything. Anytime if there are any technical glitches, please leave the meeting and rejoin. Don't unmute yourself, ma'am, I'm not able to hear you, because I have checked my internet connection and connectivity. Everything is going on perfect concepts. So for that, I need a complete cooperation from your side. Yes, children, I hope I'm clear from my side.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, that's
Yes, ma'am.
great.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Yes, ma'am.
excited to
How
see
to
so many of them in one, this
ma'am.
one screen. It's really nice. So let's go
Excuse
ahead.
me, can you tell me how to change the name?
Not required. The children, don't worry about changing your name here. Okay. Ma'am must be having the list already who are all attending the workshop. Please don't change on screen. We don't require any changing of names or anything, because I would not be calling anyone here. Is that clear? Yes, this 1 hour of workshop is going to be for you, and I'm going to explain the concepts. So don't worry about your changing names and any other thing. Anyways, we are not going to call anyone. Yes, hope so. You've all understood the rules and regulations of the workshop, and I'm going ahead with my concept. Once my screen is shared, please show me a thumbs up once again. Okay, just thumbs up. Don't unmute for any reason. Don't unmute. Okay. Yes, and of course, just imagine 100 of them. Out of them, 80 of them unmute and speak. It's not going to be a workshop. It's just going to be a next to fish market. So let's not make that, and let's enjoy a workshop. Yes. Okay. The first topics which I'm going to cover is people and their profession. What is a profession? Basically, it's any paid occupation. Any person who works, who gets paid for the work done, is known as profession. So everybody have their own profession. Okay, and we also call those people who are into that profession, because they are professional. Why? They are equipped with it. So that is known as a profession. So now the concept which I'm going to do in the beginning, in the first concept which I'm going to do is people and their profession. So you must be knowing now, you know that if you ask me what's my profession, I tell I'm a teacher. Everybody knows who is a teacher. What is the job of a teacher? She teaches. She teaches children. A lecturer. You know who is a lecturer? Who works in colleges, who give lectures, who makes children learn something. You know who is a doctor? A doctor is a person who treats. All these are simple professions. We all know about it. So what is a profession? A profession is a paid occupation. A work, for the work you've been doing, you've been paid for that. That is known as profession. Out of this, I have selected few professions, okay, which are this one, competitive. Let's go ahead with that. Yes. Yes, I hope my screen is shared. Please show me thumbs up, children. Yes, thank you. Most of them have been showing thumbs up, so let me go ahead. People and their professions. Butcher. Who's a butcher? Someone who cuts and sells meat in shop. I've also included few pictures for you to understand. Butcher, someone who cuts and sells meat in shop. Dietitian, a person whose job is to give people advice about how to eat in order to be. Children, please mute. A person who's not order the Pantraju. Ma'am, please mute, ma'am. Next one. Editor. A person whose job is to make changes, corrections, etc. in a film and newspaper. Say everybody writes. Okay, there are writers who writes few things, and everything cannot be published, children. There has to be a person who works as an editor, who changes certain things, who does the corrections wherever it is required. So that profession is known as editor. A person who works in newspapers, agencies, and makes certain changes in film or in the newspaper, anything for that matter, is known as editor. You know, and then optician, a person whose job is to make or sell eyeglasses and contact lenses. This one though everybody will be knowing. Okay, a person, when you go, when you want to buy an eyeglasses for yourself or a contact lens for yourself, okay, you go to the doctor, ophthalmologist, and you get the prescription done. And but who is going to sell that? The person who sells the eyeglasses and contact lenses is known as an optician. Next, pharmacist. Who is a pharmacist? You go to a person and you buy, see, when you're not keeping well, you go and buy medicines. Yes, isn't it? For that profession, the person who sells these medicines or who prepares the drugs is known as a pharmacist. Pharmacist is a person whose job is to prepare and sell drug and medicine is known as a pharmacist. Physician. Who is a physician? Everywhere you will be seeing, you know, you would be seeing near your house, they would have mentioned as a family physician. Who is a physician? He or she is a doctor, but he is not a surgeon. He cannot operate anything. He cannot do the operations. He can just treat the sick people. So though that person is known as a physician, a medical doctor who is not a surgeon. Remember, who is a physician? He is a doctor, he or she. Okay, they are doctors, but they are not surgeons. Programmer, a person who creates. Nowadays there is lot of importance for this programmer. A person who creates computer programs, like example mobile app programmer. Okay, he creates certain programs. So that profession is known as programmer. Surgeon. Now comes who is a surgeon. I explained you who is a physician. Okay, he's a doctor, but he's not a surgeon. Then who is a surgeon? A doctor. He is a doctor who performs operations that involve cutting into someone's body in order to repair or remove damaged or diseased parts. He is the only person who is authorized to cut your parts and remove or damaged, okay, you know, to repair the damaged parts. So he is the only person who can do that. Not all doctors can do, only surgeons can do that. Veterinarian. Who is a veterinarian? You must be knowing. Veterinary hospital, where they treat pets. But who works in a veterinary hospital? We call them also doctors, you know. We always call them as doctors. Yes, they are doctors. Doctors not for human beings, but for pet animals. Okay, any animals. So that profession is known as veterinarian, a doctor who gives medical care and treatment to animals are known as veterinarian. The last comes a writer. Who is a writer? Someone whose work is to write books, poems, and stories. Who writes, you know, they write in magazines, they give up their their writings to magazines, newspapers, they write their own books, they write their own poems, they write their stories, you know, they write biographies, autobiographies of certain people. So all these people are called as writer. Okay, so these were the people and profession. The first concept which we covered. One is butcher, someone who cuts and sells meat. A dietitian, you know, is very much required nowadays. Yes, isn't it? For this unhealthy lifestyle, we need a dietitian who exactly guides us what we eat, what should be eaten, and everything. An editor who makes changes and corrections in film and newspaper, optician, who sells eyeglasses and contact lenses, a pharmacist, whose job is to prepare and sell drugs, physician, a doctor but not a surgeon, programmer who creates computer program related to computer, surgeon who can perform operations, okay, cutting into someone's body to repair or remove the damaged parts. Veterinarian, they are also doctors but not human doctors, they treat animals. Writer who writes books, poems and stories. So this is
Excuse me,
all.
ma'am, we have to write this here.
That's what I told you, child. If you want to note down everything, you can note down.
Ma'am, can I ask a doubt?
Yes,
Ma'am,
children, doubts at the last, please, because
okay.
we need to cover the topics. Yes? Yeah. Next one. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing it here. Children, I've been again and again telling you, okay, repetitively. If you want to make a note of it, please make a note of it. Okay? Please make a note of it and then we will go ahead. Yes. My next topic which has to be covered is about gender nouns. We all know what are nouns. Everybody knows. Noun is a naming word given to a person, place, animal, and thing. There are so many different types of noun in that, like collective nouns. And Kantaraj, somebody named as Kantaraj, please next time, please do not unmute yourself, child. It's very, very disturbing. Yes, I hope you understand. Yes. Okay. The next topic which we are going to cover is about gender nouns. We all know that, okay, noun is a naming word given to a person, place, animal, thing. Okay, we all know that. In that, we have different types of nouns also, children. By now, you all must be aware of common noun, proper noun, all this countable, uncountable, and everything. In that, in nouns, we have selected few concepts. Okay, in that first thing which I will be doing is gender nouns. First, let's understand gender nouns and then go ahead with the topic. Yes, so I'm going to share my screen here. Yes, gender itself tells us, okay, what is a gender? It tells us whether we belong to a male group or a female group. So in gender nouns, okay, it's been divided into four: masculine, feminine, neuter, common. Let me repeat, gender nouns has been classified into four: masculine, feminine, neuter, and common. What is a masculine? Is a male be called as. It is called as drone and female is called as queen. And the young one of bee is known as larva. Deer. The male deer is known as buck, female is known as doe, and the young one is known as fawn. Dolphin. The male dolphin is known as bull, female is cow, young one is known as calf or pup. Goose. Male is known as gander, female is goose itself, and the young one is gooseling. Lobster. Male is cock, female is hen, and the young one is known as baby. Mouse. Buck. Female is doe, young is kitten. Peacock. Male is peacock only, whereas female is peahen. And the young one of peacock is known as peachick. Penguin. Male penguin is known as cock, female is hen again, and the young one of penguin is known as fledged. Termite. Male is king, female is queen, and nymph. Young one is known as nymph. Zebra. Stallion, male, it's known as male. Zebra is known as stallion. Female is mare. And the young one is known as foal. So these were the gender nouns for animals. Okay. As we are all aware of people, much, human beings, we already know so many things. Okay, but whereas for animals we are unaware of few male and female. So here is the best examples I've taken, few examples. Okay, so the next topic we have covered with people and professions. We also covered with the gender nouns, and the next topic which we are going to do is, yes, please mute children, names of places. Yes. We know so many names, like we go to temple, we go to a hospital, we go to a restaurant. All these places names, we are aware of it, very well aware of it. Like every day we use these words, and regularly, most regularly, we use all these words. So we know this very well. So, but there are few certain names of places, okay, which we need to know at this age. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, here again I'm going to take up the next concept, that is names, places. Yes, let's go ahead. Please note down children, if you are unaware of all this, if you are known very well, that's good.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, we can take screenshot.
Definitely. That's what I told. You can definitely keep this screenshot, take it and preserve it, save it. It would be helpful for your
Okay,
competition.
thank you, ma'am.
That's what I told. If you want to note down, note it down. If you want to take the screenshot of it, please do it. Okay. Later, if you want, I'll minimize and put it everything into one page also. Yes. Next. The first place name which we are going to learn today is armory. What do you mean by armory? It's a place where weapons are kept. Usually, every king, when the country was ruled by king, they all used to have this armory. Now also, our soldiers also would be having place where they can keep their weapons. Okay, but usually this was used by our kings, where they used to keep their weapons. Whenever the war was declared, they were all ready with the weapons there. Okay, so this is a place where weapons are kept. Next one. My next name of place is, one second, asylum. What is an asylum? Place where mentally ill persons are taken care. Okay, where people are not mentally strong enough and they are facing some kind of mental diseases, those people are kept in asylum and then they are taken care of. Usually in simple words we call that as mental hospital, but then it's not nice to call that. You should always, so that is nothing but asylum. It's called as asylum, where mentally ill persons are taken care of. Monastery. What's a monastery? Simple, where monks live. Who are monks? Monks are people who are, to a religious this one, and they live here in such places and they dedicate their life to God. So these,
Ma'am, who are monks? Can you repeat that?
yes, one second, children, I could not hear.
Ma'am, can you repeat who are monks?
Monks are people, who are related to some religious this one, and they dedicate their life, in monastery only. Yes, they are known as monks. Usually they belong to some religious group, place where monks live. What is a dormitory? Dormitory is a large bedroom. Usually, you find this now in all hotels and even in, what do you tell, resorts. where number of the group of people go for a vacation or something, very far off places where they have to stay in the same place. They have been given a dormitory, a large bedroom. It's a large bedroom for many number of people. Many of them can stay together. You can even see the picture here. I've dropped a picture also here. Okay, a large bedroom for many number of people. Next, aerodrome. What's an aerodrome? Place where airplanes start flying and landing. If you go to an airport, there are so many airplanes, flying, and some are landing, some are there. And where do all this? And that place where all airplanes are there is known as aerodrome. So, aerodrome, place where airplanes start flying and landing. And now comes a laboratory. Place used for doing science experiments. Everybody knows this, most of you. Okay, laboratory, place used for doing science experiments is also known as laboratory. And now you go, like, people will go for checking their blood test, getting their blood test done or anything. That is also known as laboratory. They are also doing some kind of, they're also finding out something. It's not only about science experiments. To find something is also, where you find something is also known as laboratory. Okay, so place used for doing experiments. You can just put it as experiments. What's a treasury now? Again, in good olden days, our king and queens used to have a separate place for treasury, to keep all their valuables and treasures and everything. So that is known as a treasury. Place or building where treasure is stored is known as treasury. In good olden days. Now also we have treasury where government keeps certain things, certain treasures here and there they would have got, no? So all those things. So that is known as treasury. Harbor, place for docking ships and boats. Like aerodrome, even ships have to be, where there are a lot of ships and boats in the same place standing, or they have to go ahead and everything. So that place is known as harbor, where usually they park the ships and boats. Registry. What's a registry? Registry is different from treasury. Remember, in treasury, only treasures, okay, only valuable things have been kept. But whereas in registry, the records, place where records are kept is known as registry. Swanery. Swanery is place where large birds are kept or bred. They look after the large birds, like anything which is getting extinct or anything which are very big and which have to be taken care of. So they keep all these birds, and that place is known as swanery. So today we learned few new things about the places. One is armory, where weapons are kept. Asylum, okay, place where ill persons are taken care of. Monastery, where monks live. Dormitory, a large bedroom for many number of people. Aerodrome, place where airplanes start flying and landing. Very easy. This is easy. Aerodrome, laboratory, according to me, most of you will be knowing. Treasury, place of building where treasure or valuables is stored. Harbor, place for docking ships and boats. Docking in the sense to stop. Okay. Registry, place where records are kept. Swanery, place where large birds are kept or bred. Yes.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of bread?
To feed them, to take care of them. Yes. So
Thank
what
you,
are the
ma'am.
topics we have covered now? Profession, name of people. 1 second. People and profession.
Name of the places.
Gender of animals.
Very good. Gender. Somebody answered me. Gender. Gender nouns.
Animals.
Name of the places, people and professions.
Very good. We covered 3 concepts. We already covered 3 concepts. In that first
Ma'am,
one was.
can you please put that again? The names of places.
Yes, sure. I'll do that.
Ma'am, can you
Thank
put
you.
about gender also, ma'am?
1 second, children. One by one. Okay. If you're taking the screenshot. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Be quick. I'll just
Ma'am, show me genders.
1 second, children. I'll definitely share it, but you need to give me some time. Okay, one by one. This is
Okay,
names of
ma'am.
places. Quickly, I'm going to the second page. You can take the screenshot, just takes seconds of time. So don't waste your time. Take the screenshots now quickly. And the third page is this. Next. Somebody was asking me for gender nouns, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, people and professions also.
Yes, yes. One
Excuse
by
me.
one, children. Don't shout. Maya's
Excuse
bell.
me, ma'am.
Yes. Who is that?
Ma'am, please share the screen.
Excuse ma'am. Ma'am, please can you put up about the different professions of people also?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Please give me some time, child. Yes, that's what I've been
Thank you, ma'am.
sharing. Next one
Ma'am,
is
can you share screen about gender, ma'am?
wait. The gender nouns are still not still getting open. Just give me some time. This is people and their profession. Quickly take a screenshot of this people and their profession. I'm scrolling down. Yes, this would work for everybody.
Do surgeries on the animals.
They are also called as surgeons only, but they are veterinarian surgeons.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Children, yes, I'm going ahead. Okay, and gender nouns I
Ma'am,
will.
what do we call for the doctor of pets? What
Ma'am,
do we
can
call
you
for
show
that?
That is
them?
what I told you.
Ma'am,
Veterinarian. Children, I'm stopping it because we should go ahead with the next topic.
Ma'am,
Please,
can you show gender nouns, ma'am?
1 second, it's not getting shared. Please give me some time. Okay?
Ma'am, in
It will
spell bee
definitely
will they
share, reach
ask,
at the end.
ma'am?
Yes,
Ma'am, in this spell bee will they ask meanings of that also?
I'll tell you what all will be asked at the end of the session. Okay? Maybe not today.
Okay.
Yes, tomorrow definitely I will tell you what all will be asked. I'll give you a hint of
Okay.
what all will be
ma'am,
asked.
when
Ma'am,
is
You
it?
can take this. Yes, please, please, children, stop now.
Ma'am,
I'm
when
listening.
is it? Spell bee
Yes,
competition.
ma'am.
Yes, shh. Can I have little silence, please? Yes, thank you
Ma'am,
so
when
much.
is the competition?
Oh, everything will be updated to you, children. Please wait and listen. These are about gender nouns. We should go ahead with the topic. So, any doubts, you can get back
tomorrow
to
also we need to join to this link only.
me. Yes. We still have time. All that I will discuss at the end of the class. Whoever has to take the screenshot can quickly take because I'm going to my next concept. Yes. I'm stopping it. I'll stop presenting my screen here for this. Okay. Okay. Children, the next concept which I'm going to cover, the fourth concept which I'm going to cover today is collective nouns. What are those known as?
Selective nouns.
Yes. So what are collective
Collective
nouns?
noun.
Yes, let me tell you. What are collective nouns? When something is in group, okay, instead of giving it a separate name or something, when the same thing, same animal, same person, same people are in a group, we give them one name for that group. For that one group, we are going to give a name, and that is known as collective noun. Okay, collective noun can be given for person, it can be given for places, it can be given for animals, and even it can be given for things. So let's go about that in detail about what all will be included in collective nouns. Okay. Yes. 1 second, I'm just sharing it. Is my screen shared, children? Can any one of you confirm, please?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I can hear that. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I think now it would be shared. Somebody,
Yes,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think Megashri has been presenting. Megashri, can you please stop presenting the screen? Yes. Children, if you present, I will not be able to do that from my side. Okay. Yes. Let's see what are collective nouns. I want pin drop silence in the class because children who do not know, at least they would be learning. Children who would know, it would be easy for them. Okay. Collective nouns. A noun can be a person, place, animal, a thing. Everybody knows this. A collective noun can be group of. See, that's what I mentioned. Very important we should know is collective noun is a group of people, places, animals, and things. For example, a team of players. See, we know players is a noun. It's a naming word given. When there are group of players, we give the word as team. So team is a collective noun here. A choir of singers. Singers is a noun. When group of singers are in the same place, we give them a name, a collective noun. It's known as choir. A class of students. You're all students and we are in a class. So the name students is a noun. A class is a collective noun given to the students. So these are all related about people. When it comes to place now, a range of mountains. Mountains is a place which goes into place. A range is a collective noun given to mountains. A cluster of islands. Cluster is a collective noun given to a group of island. A museum of art. Museum of art. So it's a museum is a collective noun given. Museum itself is a place. Okay. If you have to put it into a proper collective noun, we use this, a museum of art, where all the artistic things have been kept and portrayed. Okay. Next, when it comes to birds, we use the words like a flock of birds, a pride of lions, a swarm of bees. So these flock, pride, we know birds, lions, bees are all nouns, okay? But when they're in a group, we call them as a flock of birds, a pride of lions, a swarm of bees. So all these are flock, pride, swarm are all collective nouns. A flight of stairs. When it comes to things, we speak like this, okay? We put the collective noun as a flight of stairs, a string of beads, a clutch of eggs, a bunch of keys. Bunch of keys is the best
Excuse
example.
me, ma'am. Shall I ask one question?
1 second, child. Please keep all the questions at the last because this is a workshop. Please, that is what I told you in the beginning of the session. Please.
Children, I'm sorry that I have to interrupt. Please understand that there are large number of children participating. Please do not ask questions till the facilitator tells you that you can ask questions. Otherwise, write it down, your question, in your slip of paper and wait till you are invited to ask. Please do not interrupt.
Otherwise, children, just imagine in one concept, we would be sitting for the entire 1 week and we would not be able to cover up the concepts. Please try to understand, okay? And also, a clutch of eggs. A clutch of eggs. A bunch of keys is the best example I can give you for things. You know, we always use that. You know, where have I kept my bunch of keys? Where are the bunch of keys? Okay, so bunch is a collective noun given to the noun keys. So like that, we have few things here. Few more examples I have taken up for you. A dynasty of kings, a tribe of natives, a draft of lecturers, a pack of thieves, a flock of tourists, a team of workers, a choir of singers, a giggle of girls, class of students, circle of friends. In fact, children, a colony of penguins, let me tell you at the last, a colony of penguins, a pride of lions, a catch of fish, or you can also use a school of fish, a flock of sheep, a zoo of wild animals. Here, let me also do not forget to mention that you can use any collective noun, children, unless it should make some sense to it. It should make some sense. Okay, so you can always use your own collective nouns. You can put a proper collective noun, whichever you think it's appropriate for the noun. Okay, so here the most commonly used I have picked up. The most commonly used collective nouns I have picked up. So here there are a lot of examples. I can read out some few things, few words for you. A band of men, a colony of girls, not girls, gulls. This is for animals. A batch of cakes. A batch of cakes was baked by a baker. A cast of actors. A brood of hens. I saw a brood of hens on the road. A bottle of milk. A stack of librarians. A flight of birds or flock of birds. A bowl of rice. A sentence of judges. A flock of turkeys. A box of cereals. A galaxy of beauties, or a group of guinea pigs, a can of soda, a litter of cubs. The same way we have many examples: a company of actors, a crew of sailors, a clue of worms, a knot of toads. Toads are young one of frogs. Troop of shrimp, a company of angelfish, a piece of cheese, a pile of cookies, a tub of margarine, a bar or a square of chocolate. Like this, a glass of water. So here, wherever you see children, you can see that when I give you an example of a stack of librarians, librarian is a noun. Okay, for the group of librarians, we have used a collective noun as stack. So stack is a collective noun. The same way when you take for an animal, a flight of animals. So, sorry, a flight of birds. Birds are nouns. Again, the word flight is being used to represent the group of birds. Okay. A bowl of rice. Rice is a naming word. It's given anything. It considered as thing. So, a bowl of rice. So, it's a bowl is a collective noun. So, this is how we classify collective nouns into people, animals, and things. And for places, I've already given examples, right? A range of mountains, a cluster of islands, a museum of art, like this. So anybody here wants to take this one screenshot of this?
Ma'am, can you show that animals you showed now?
It's
No,
here.
ma'am. This is what you can make smaller.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Can you zoom out?
Can you show
Can you show that animals?
Animals. It's here on
Thank
which
you,
I
ma'am.
see. People is here, animals are here, things are also here.
And not that one with pictures you showed now.
1 second, just wait then. Let everybody take the screenshot first. Then I'll go to the next one. This one also you can take.
Ma'am,
Excuse me, ma'am, shall I ask my doubt?
Who is that? Yes.
Ma'am,
little downwards?
What?
Ma'am, can you move a little downwards?
Yes. Did you take this?
Ma'am, can you show the next page?
This is this one.
ma'am, what means plus?
Yes. So I'm stopping this. Let me stop sharing my screen here and go to the next topic. So the topics which we covered for today is people and their profession, gender noun for animals, and also we learned few young ones of it.
And
At the
now
same time,
names
we
of the
learned
places.
collective noun. Okay.
And names of the
And
places.
names of places.
Names of places. Yes. One more topic which we are going to cover today is next one. The next topic which I'm going to cover is scrambled words. Most of you must be knowing this, and a very, very easy concept. Very easy. Okay. It's that you just have to look into the proper this one. What are scrambled words or jumbled words? The letters that can make a meaningful word or scrambled or mixed up together in random fashion. What you have to do in this one is the letters would have been jumbled up and given to you. You have to put them in the right format to get a meaningful word. You should get a meaningful word. Here you have to be little thoughtful. You have to think. You have to put here and there. It is little tricky. Okay, so few examples I've taken here. You can see the first one, how the word autumn is being given. It's all jumbled up together. All the letters are put here and there. You have to form a right spelling. So this is also one of your, part of your competition where few of the jumbled up words.
Ma'am, can you share the screen again? It is not coming.
Child, if it is not being shared to one particular person, then I think you have to leave the meeting and rejoin. That's the only way I can help you. Okay, because most of them are able to see that side. Again, I can hear someone.
Some of them cannot join the class.
Yes, now please listen. Okay, so autumn is the word. Mute. Everybody, please be on mute. Yes, thank you. Ham. You can see how the word family is being jumbled up and given to you, and you have to unscramble it and make the word as family. Harvest. Again, you have to think of the word, then all the letters which have been jumbled up, you have to unscramble it and put it into the right format where you get the meaning. It should be a meaningful word. That's all. Pumpkin, turkey, Indians, salad. What is the best way to do, children? You have to write it. Write the word. For example, in your competition also, if the word has been given to you, write the word as it is. Do some permutation and combination, put it in the either way and read the word. Definitely the words given to you would be the words which you use daily. The most common words only would be given to you. Yes. So what you can do is you can put it in the right format, do something and read out the word. Always read out the word. When such words has been given to you, read out and just check if it's going to make some sense for you. It should give some meaning for you. Then you can definitely put it in the right format. So this is known as scrambled words. Okay. Squash, potatoes, November, salad, all these words they will give it in a different this one. It's just that you have to think. For that, the best way I can tell you is you can put in the word, write the word, read out the word, which can put the letters here and there and read the word. Once you get the right word, you can tell it out. So that is all about scrambled words. The next topic. Yes, who is that?
Ma'am, can you show that again?
The same words will not be given, children. It's just that I'm telling you. Scrambled words and all we cannot, because there are only 20 here. Okay, of course I cannot give you the same.
Ma'am, it is spell B.
Yes. I hope it's done. Did you take the screenshot, children?
Yes,
Class
ma'am.
competition of training.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
the things related to competition and everything you will get to know later, children. First,
Then
look
will they
into the.
will give book?
No, what book you want?
Ma'am, spell bee book they were giving.
No. Okay. Let us think about all those things later, children. All those things you will be informed later. Now, did you take the work, this one screenshot of it? Or
Yes,
have you noted it down? How, in what pattern would it be given? Yes. Now, so sharing another concept here. This is very simple, but here for you, it would be in the competition, it would be little competitive. Okay, it would not be the same way. Rearranging the sentences. Very, very important. These are the simple ones which I have picked up. Rearrange the sentences. For example, you can see, there are 5 rules for sentences, children. 5 rules for sentences. Let me tell you. One is it should begin with the capital letter. Second one, it should give you right meaning for it. It should have proper speech marks. The spelling should be correct and the format should be correct. So there are 5, rules for forming a proper sentence. It should be grammatically proper also. That is
Ma'am,
also
can you
very
please
important.
repeat those 5 rules?
One is it should begin with a capital letter. Second one, the sentence should have meaning. It should be a meaningful sentence. If
Okay.
anything which is written in different words, you cannot call that as sentence. No. Okay. It should have proper speech marks. What are speech marks? Okay, that are nothing but punctuation marks. Where all the full stop should be kept, where an exclamatory mark should be put, where should the question mark should be put. All these things. Okay, and it should be in the proper format. And
Okay.
then grammatically, it should also be sound proper. Perfect. So these are the 5
Thank you.
rules. Yes. Let us see. Let us see a few examples. Please, children, be on mute. High marks he scored. Look at it. Yes, there are words here, sentence, but all the 5 rules are lacking here. Okay, except one that is it's beginning with the capital letter. Okay, so how can you rearrange the sentence? These are the simple sentences which I'm going to take like this. It's going to be little competitive as well. He scored high marks would be proper. Raining it is. It is raining. Children, please mute yourself. Mohammed Quresh or yes, I'm sorry if I'm spelling it wrong. Name Savita also. Please mute yourself, children. Still hasn't mute. Ma'am, please mute from your side.
I
Right
can't seem to
way,
mute everyone.
right well did not they. See, it's not making any sense here. Grammatically, there are so many mistakes in this sentence. You have to put it in the right form. They did not write well. Sweets like children. It's not, it doesn't sound good. Children like sweets. Beautiful are flowers. What is this? No, it's not a proper sentence. You're going to rearrange it. Flowers are beautiful. Sing well, I can. I can sing well. Makes sense. Loves all God. God loves all. Fast walks Diya. No, it's not the right sentence. Diya walks fast. Well, Joshua studies. Joshua studies well. The match they won. They won the match. Just because the beginning letters are capital, that doesn't mean that the same word has to come in the beginning. You have to put it in the right format. So these were the simple ones which I picked up for rearranging the sentences. It would be a little longer sentence also. Okay, so you should be prepared for this. All these children, the thing is that what requires from your side is you need to look into it, read it properly, and then place the words in the right format. You can also give the numberings. For example, let me teach you if such kind of sentences have been given. Just quickly, if you have to answer quickly, what you have to do? You just have to put the numbers here. He scored high marks. See, when you number it, it becomes easy for you. He scored high marks. Raining it is. It is raining. So you know the first word is it, second is, third is raining. So this is how you can do when such sentences is being given to you. Okay. You have to be quick, number it. Number the words. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whichever you feel is the right. Right well did not they. They. According to me, they should come first. Did not write well. They did not write well. So I know now which is going to come first, the second, third, fourth, and fifth. So all these techniques, what I'm telling you, you should utilize this during the competition. Not only competition, any vocabulary building classes will have all these things for sure. So this is the best way you can adapt yourself, adapt yourself to be quick enough and to understand the meaning also. Yes. So this, I don't think so you need to take a screenshot because it would not be the same sentences for sure, children. This is just, I took it up for an example. So the today's concept, what all I covered was, yes, what are
People
the
and professions,
first was
gender nouns,
gender nouns
names of
for
people,
animals,
Gender nouns for animals.
collective nouns,
Rest of the class.
scrambled words, and rearranging sentences.
Scrambled words.
yes, scrambled words, rearranging sentences. The
Rearranging the
remaining,
sentence.
yes, very good. Thank you so much. Okay. The remaining concepts would be cleared. We would be taking it up in the next class. 11 to 12. Vian is sharing his screen. Yes. Please don't share your screen, children. See, who is this? Pariniti. Yes. Don't share your screens because if you do that, I cannot do it from my side. Okay, so these are the concepts which I have covered. Any doubts you can put. Don't unmute yourself because if you unmute, I can't hear clearly. You can drop, ma'am, you can allow them to use the chat box for 5 minutes. They can drop the queries, anything not related to the spell bee competition, but related to any concepts. You can put your doubts here. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Put it, drop.
Ma'am, when will the class end?
It's going to end now. For today. Tomorrow we are going to have
Ma'am, tomorrow what is the timing of
11,
class?
11 to
11 to 12.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
from Monday?
It's only 2 days workshop, child.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, I
Excuse
think
me,
I've
ma'am.
covered the concepts for today.
When will
Yes,
be the
ma'am. For
competition?
today, it has been done. One by one, children. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think we will call this session to an end, and we will have the follow-on session on tomorrow.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. There is a name as Mohammed Kuwarish. Okay, he has unmuted his name and I'm not able to hear you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. I'm from Achiever Destination Academy. So welcome to all of you attending this Spellbee workshop. And I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Ms. Deepa, Ms. Uma and all Rotary Club members for conducting the workshop, as well as Ashwini ma'am, who is the facilitator of this workshop. So Achiever Destination Academy is conducting more than 1,000 plus programs. Now this is not only a last first workshop with us. Later after this, we are going to have a many workshops like that, and we are going to conduct like some memory technique and abacus, mental mathematics, all those things. So that will be great beneficial for you, and you will be learning a good thing. So let's start it now. Please mute yourself. Listen to concentrately because this is only going to be a final workshop, and that from that only in contest the participation will be taking on it. Like when the contest will be starting, from that only whatever ma'am is teaching, it will be coming in the contest. So please be attentive in a workshop, then only you can do well in a contest and you can get the prizes. So please be ready. and show your thumbs up. Ma'am will start us soon. Okay, again, thanks to Rotary Club and Rupana. Welcome.
Yes. Hello, children. Welcome you all for this wonderful workshop. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for Achievers Destination and also Rotary Cup for giving me such good opportunity to teach children. Okay, I'm also at the same time, it's my pleasure to do it from my side. Okay, children, before I start with anything of the concepts what's going to be covered today, let me give a brief introduction about myself. This is Ashwini, a certified phonics, grammar, and spell bee tutor. Okay, so here, when you hear something as spell bee, okay, when you hear as something as spell bee, it's going to be, you would have only one thing in your mind. Okay, it's only about spellings. No, spell bee is not only about spellings. It's much more than that. The concepts covered in spell bee are much more and in an elaborative way. And of course, in 1 or 2 days workshop, everything cannot be covered. Okay, keeping the context in mind, keeping the competition in mind, I have picked a few concepts which will be covered today. Okay, and let's go ahead with that. And before I start up with my sessions, there are few things, few rules which you have to follow, and you have to cooperate with the teacher, for a smooth going of classes. Otherwise it's going to be really tough, okay, for both of us. Yes, one thing is that don't unmute yourself unnecessarily. Okay, please don't unmute and keep on talking. And this is not something where we need to keep on interrupting a teacher when she's been teaching. Okay, don't interrupt. Don't tell ma'am, I have a doubt, or something. All the doubts and everything, you can keep it later at the end of the session, or maybe by tomorrow with one more session. Okay, and then at the same time, only if the teacher is asking anything, please show a thumbs up, like if my screen is shared or anything, if I'm asking. So don't unmute yourself, because there would be a lot of disturbance from the other side as well. Okay, so please try to understand the concepts. The concepts are simple. Okay, it's not anything you want to make a note of it, you can write it down in your book. And also, if you want to take the screenshot, you can also take the screenshot of the same. Yes. Okay. And Tabriz, you are joining for the second session as well?
Yes, ma'am.
It is the same session, Tabriz. It's going to be the same. So I think you can leave the meeting and
Ma'am, my name is Norain Nisa.
Noranisa. Okay, Noranisa, listen, you can leave the meeting for today because you have already attended one
Okay,
session.
ma'am.
The next session is going to be tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. I was not knowing, ma'am. That's why.
Okay, no problem. You can leave the meeting, Noranisa. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so we would be going ahead, okay, with our session. Each topic I'm going to cover and let you know what kind of questions and everything would be asked. Yes. So my first topic which I'm going to cover today is going to be people and their profession. Okay, so you all know when I tell profession, what's a profession? It's a paid occupation. When somebody does any work, he or she gets paid for it. So that is known as paid occupation. When somebody does some work, they pay for it. So that is known as occupation. And we also call who are very well equipped with what we do, we call them as professionals. Why do we call them profession? Because it's their profession. They know how to do it better than anybody else. So for example, if you ask me, what's your profession? I tell I'm a teacher. I'm proud to be a teacher. So teaching is my profession and I am a teacher. So this way we have different kinds of profession. We have names for different professions, different occupations. We have been given different names. So the first topic which I'm going to cover is name people and their professions. Okay, in that I have picked a few professions which you need to know. So let's go ahead with that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Once the screen is shared, children, you should not unmute yourself. Please show me thumbs up so that I understand that my screen has been shared. And also let me tell you one thing. If most of them are able to see my screen and if one or two are not able to see the screen which I have shared, please leave the meeting and rejoin. The network issue might be from your side. Okay, here everything looks fine for me. Any technical glitches, don't unmute yourself. Ma'am, I'm not able to see. Ma'am, I can't hear you. Leave the meeting, rejoin, check your internet connections. Okay, please don't interrupt in between the classes. Yes. So I'm sharing my screen here. Yes. Please confirm. Few of you can show me thumbs up if my screen is shared. Yes, is my screen shared, children? Yes, thank you. So I'm going ahead, okay? People and their professions. In that I have picked up only few, but someone who cuts and sells meat in shop. Okay, the one who cuts and sells meat in shop, his profession is known as butcher. That person is known as butcher. So a dietitian, a person, a very important person for now unhealthy lifestyle, what we are all leading today. We eat whatever we want. We never think of what are we eating, what is going inside our tummy, which is the major cause for everybody's health issues now. So a dietitian is a must required today. Who is a dietitian? A person whose job is to give people advice about what to eat in order to be healthy. What should go exactly into your stomach is very, very important. So a person who guides you through that, okay, to make you healthy, what you should eat, what you're not supposed to eat, okay, or that person is known as dietitian. Editor. Who is an editor? A person whose job is to make changes, corrections, etc. in a film or newspaper. See, a writer writes everything. Everything cannot be published. Everything, there are so many things which happens background. Okay. Yes, behind the scene also there are so many things, especially when they're making a film or anything, any article gets published in newspaper. Everything cannot be printed, children. Everything cannot be published. There are certain things which has to be changed. There are some corrections which has to be made. All this. Who is going to do all this? He or she is known as editor. So that profession, who is an editor? A person whose job is to make changes, corrections in film and newspaper. Optician, a person whose job is to make or sell eyeglasses and contact lenses. We all know this, okay? We go to an ophthalmologist, okay? An eye doctor. Ophthalmologist is nothing but an eye doctor, okay? But then he or she gives in prescription. Where do we go? We need to buy those glasses and contact lenses, right? Yes. So we go to an optician. Who is that? He's a person who make or sell eyeglasses and contact lenses. So you can also see the pictures here. I have put in the right pictures. Okay. Yes. Next one. A pharmacist. Who is a pharmacist now? A person whose job is to prepare and sell the drug and medicine. Very important. Okay. We go to a pharmacy, buy medicine, simply buy medicines and come. But who is doing all these medicines? Who is selling these drugs, these medicines to us is known as a pharmacist. Okay. Next, physician. Physician. Here you need to understand one thing, children. You might have gone through, okay? When near your house, they would have mentioned, they would have put up a note, a family physician. They would have put up the board as family physician. Who is a physician? He or she is a doctor. A physician is a doctor, but he is not a surgeon. They are not surgeons. They cannot, do operations. They cannot operate a body, nothing. They can just prescribe you some medicines and treat you for your disease. They can just treat you. They cannot repair something what has gone wrong in the body. No. So those are called as physician, a medical doctor who is not a surgeon. Now, programmer, a person who creates computer programs. Nowadays, lot of demand for this programmer. We have so many apps and everything in mobile, and who designs and everything. Those are called as programmers. A person who creates computer programs are called as programmers. And a example is mobile app programmer. The best example I can give you. Next comes the surgeon. I explained you who is a physician I told a physician is a doctor but not a surgeon. Then who is a surgeon? A doctor, surgeon is also a doctor, but only surgeons can perform operations that involve cutting into someone's body in order to repair or remove damaged or diseased parts. He's the only authorized person, surgeon is the only authorized person who can perform operations on the body. They can cut the body parts or repair it or remove the damaged or diseased parts. All this. Only authorized person is surgeon. Veterinarian. We all know veterinary hospital. A hospital where animals are treated. We all know hospital. Hospital says where people, human beings are treated. Veterinary hospital is where the animals are treated. But the person who treats the animals is also doctor, but they are called as veterinarian. Veterinarian, a doctor who gives medical care and treatment to animals, known as veterinarian. Of course, the last one is a writer, someone whose work is to write books, poems, and stories. Okay, who actually writes something. Everything gets published nowadays. Book getting printed. Some of them are very good at writing poems. Some of them are very good story writers, even for the films, movies, and everything. Where do we get? Who does all these things? There are professionals who are writers. They write stories, they write books, they write poems, they write autobiographies and everything. So those are known as writer. So we learned about the professions of people like butcher, dietitian, editor, optician, pharmacist, physician, programmer, surgeon, veterinarian, writer, and all this. So this is all about people and professions. Okay, I hope all of you, anybody wants to take the screenshot of it? Yes, can I go ahead with the next concept then? Yes, children, show me thumbs up. Anything, yes, thank you. Only one child is showing me thumbs up. I don't know, I hope I'm taking the class for everybody, not only one child. Yes. The next concept which I'm going to teach you, okay, which I'm going to cover today are known as gender nouns. Okay. What are gender? When I tell gender, everybody knows, okay, it's all about male, female, ma'am. We know that. Okay. Yes, it's about male and female. So let's go in detail about gender nouns now. The next topic is gender nouns. In gender, nouns has been classified into 4 groups. One is masculine, feminine, neuter, and common. What is a masculine? Anything related, this one person related, or even animal children. Remember, animals are also categorized into masculine, feminine, okay? Like he animal, she animal, okay? So masculine denotes a male gender of person or animal. Feminine denotes female gender of again person and animals. Neuter is a noun that may be masculine or feminine. Okay. For example, especially that also you can tell as professions only, like teacher. Even for a male, you call as teacher. For female teacher, also you call a teacher only. Police officer. For male, also you call as police officer. For female police officer, also you call police officer only. So that is known as neuter. Okay, gender. Common. Common denotes lifeless things, non-living things. You cannot tell that is a female. Book, pencil, mobile, laptop, all this you cannot classify into male. Okay, this is a male laptop, this is female laptop. No. So that comes under common. Okay. So basically under gender nouns, we are going to learn masculine and feminine. Okay. When we take some examples for person, it can be like male, female, boy, girl, husband, wife, bachelor, spinster, monk, nun, all these. Most of it you would already be knowing it. But today, the twist is we are going to learn about animals. the masculine and feminine of animals. Okay, let me read this. Gender of nouns. Grammatical gender is a system of noun classification. A common gender classification includes masculine and feminine categories. Masculine nouns are words for men, boys, and male animals. Remember, it is also applied for animals. Feminine nouns are words for women, girls, and female animals. So this is the best examples, whichever is, as you can see this on screen here. I have made into this one. Animal, exact name of animals. What is the male version of it, female, and the young one of it? All those things I have put it up here. So animal, bee, we all know, okay? We all know the name of the animal. The male bee is known as drone and female is known as queen, and the young one of bee is known as larva. Larva. Deer. Animal name is deer. Male deer is known as buck. Female is known as doe. Young one is known as fawn. Dolphin. Male is known as bull. Female is cow. Young one is calf or pup. Goose. Male is gander. Female is goose only. And young one is known as gooseling. Lobster. Animal name is lobster. Male is cock. Female hen. Young one is baby. Mouse. Male is buck. Female is doe. Young one is kitten. Peacock. Male is peacock only, but whereas female we call it as peahen. And the young one of peacock is known as peachick. Penguin. Male is cock. Female is hen. And the young one is fledgling. Termite. Male is king. Female is queen. And nymph. Young one is nymph. Zebra. Male is stallion. Female is mare. And the young one is foal. So these were about the gender nouns. Okay. So gender nouns we have classified into masculine and feminine. In that we learned about animals and their young ones. What is the male animal called as female and their young ones. So the first topic which we covered today was about, what was the topic covered today? First one, people and their professions. And the second one is we covered about gender nouns. And the third topic which we are going to cover today is known as collective nouns. What are collective nouns now? When nouns we know, it's a naming word given to a person, place, animal, thing. Very common one. Everybody would be knowing this. Now, though, even a first grade kid also knows what is a noun. Okay. So in that, when it comes to collective noun, when the same group of people, animals, group of people, group of places, when we're talking about group of places, group of things, when we are talking about it, we give that group a name. That is known as collective group. Something in collection. When you have something in collection, in group, we give that group a name, and that is known as collective noun. Okay. So let me go ahead with that. Yes, here we are. Collective nouns. A noun can be a person, a place, an animal, a thing. A collective noun can be group. Remember, it's a group. Okay? Of people, a group of places, a group of animals, a group of things. Let's go ahead in detail. A team of players. If I ask anybody here, which is the noun here, everybody will tell me, ma'am, it's players. Then when there are a group of players, the name, the word I give them is team. Team of players. So team is a collective noun here. Team of players is a collective noun. The same way, a choir of singers. Instead of telling group of singers, I use the word choir of singers. So my word choir of singers is a collective noun. A class of students. I have a class of students now. Okay, class of students is a collective noun. Then let's talk about some places. A range of mountains, a cluster of islands, a museum of art. So when I tell you mountains is a name of a place, given name of a this one, okay, island is a name of a place. So when it is in a group, when I'm talking about a group of it, I use the word range, cluster, and museum. The same way when I have to use for animals, a flock of birds, a pride of lions, a swarm of bees. Here, flock, pride, swarm represents us the group, the collection. So that is why it's known as collective noun. Again, when it comes to things, a flight of stairs, a string of beads, a clutch of eggs. So here, flight, string, clutch are all collective nouns. So here also I have few best examples for you. A dynasty of kings, a tribe of natives, a draft of lecturers, a pack of thieves, a flock of tourists, a team of workers, a choir of singers, a giggle of girls, a class of students, a circle of friends, a colony of penguins, a pride of lions, a catch of fish, a flock of sheep, a zoo of wild animals. So you can see here pack, flock, team, choir, giggle, class, circle, colony, pride, catch. You can also use a school of fish. A flock, zoo are all representing as collective nouns. So these are the best examples for collective nouns. I also have few examples for people, animals, and things. You can just go through this for a minute. Like a hack of smokers, a blast of hunters, a gang of whistles, an ambush of tigers. When there are a group of tigers, see the language here, children. Instead of telling a group of tigers, a boy, a group of people. Always we use the same thing, a crowd and everything. Instead of that, just see if you this is the best thing in spellway. You get to know lot of vocabulary. Your vocabulary increases and your language increases. It's a very good thing which has happened to you. So make the best use of it. A brood of hens, a bottle of milk, a bowl of rice, a box of cereal, all these things. A staff of employees, a cluster of spiders. I also would like to mention one thing is you need not use the same collective nouns what has been given here. Okay, if you just Google it also you get a lot of things here. You can use what is apt, what is appropriate for the noun given there. Okay, you cannot use the word ambush for lions. No, ambush are used only for tigers. Like that, there are few things which are used to be, which has to be used only for certain nouns. But again, there are few which can be used for both. Like if I give you a herd of cows, a herd of elephants, both are correct. Okay, so this way, a herd of zebras. This also, so there are same, this one you can use it, but you should think which is the right one to be used for the word noun. So these were about collective nouns. So the topics which we covered till now, until now, are people and their professions, names of places, I think we haven't done. Yes, gender nouns, and also we covered the recent topic which we did now, that are collective nouns. Now we are going to learn about some names of places. Okay, that is also very interesting. We would know when I tell hospital, everybody knows. When I tell police station, everybody knows what is all about. Okay, but there are certain things, certain places where we need to know. Okay, what do we call that as, and everything. So I'm going to teach you that. Yes. This is the next topic which I'm going to cover. Names of places. So the first one is armory, place where weapons are kept. This was usually used when our kings used to rule the kingdom or anything. There they used to keep all these weapons they used to use for war. Once the war was declared, everybody used to go to the place, pick up the weapons. The weapons were kept safely inside the armory, and they used to pick up the whatever the weapons are required, and they used to wage a war. So that place is known as armory. The next place I'm talking about is asylum. Okay. Place where mentally ill persons are taken care. We usually call this as mental hospital. In easy terms, we all know, no, mental hospital. We call that as mental hospital. No, okay, but that is not appropriate to call. We call that as the other name for the hospital is known as asylum. Okay, place where mentally ill persons are taken care. Yes. So here, who are not mentally stable, those people are taken care here. And that is what is known as asylum. Yes. Next one, monastery. It's a monastery. You can see this. The picture has also been put in here for your better understanding, where monks live. Okay, who are monks? Monks are related to some religion. They are religion followers, and they dedicate their life to God, and they are some, like saints. In simple words, you can tell. So those are people who live in monasteries. So they are called as monks. Dormitory. Nowadays, you can see this dormitory in most of the hotels have this, and there are something known as dormitories only. But huge people, many, it can accommodate many people at once. If they're going for a vacation, if they're going for a trip or something, many people can stay there, and you can see how actually a dormitory looks like. Okay, so a large bedroom for many number of people is known as dormitory. Next is aerodrome. Aerodrome, most of you would be knowing what is an aerodrome. Place where airplanes start flying and landing. Of course, the airplanes have to stop and they have to land, and some people have to get into it, and then they start flying and everything. But where should this, where all airplanes stand, and they start flying and everything, they land and everything. So that place is known as aerodrome. You can find this in airport. Laboratory. You all must be knowing what is a laboratory. Place used for doing experiments. Okay, any kind of experiments. Here we have mentioned as science experiments. It can be any kind of experiments being conducted. So that place is known as laboratory. Treasury. This treasury was usually used in good olden days, where king and queen used to preserve all their valuables and treasures and everything. So place or building where treasure is stored is known as treasury. Harbor. Like how we require a place for airplanes to land and to start flying, the same way where ships are docked. Place for docking ships and boats. Okay, we don't use the word as parking ships or parking airplanes. No, landing airplanes and docking ships. We use that as, we usually park our cars, park our two-wheelers, we tell. But for us, for ships and boats, we use dock. Docking ships and boats is known as harbor. Registry. Place where records are kept. Treasury is different, where valuables are kept are known as treasury, but whereas for registry, where records are kept, where some important records are kept is known as registry. And the last one in places is swanery, place where large birds are kept or bred. Bred in the sense to look after them, to feed them. Okay, so that place is known as swanery. So in the places we learned about armory, asylum, monastery, dormitory, aerodrome, laboratory, treasury, harbor, registry, and swanery. So these are the names of places. And the next topic which we would be doing in Spell Bee is Scrambled words. This is very easy and also little, I don't tell it's easy, but it's a little tricky, but it's a mind game. It's just a mind game. Here, nobody can help you. And what exactly I'm giving here, it would not be the same. It would not be the same. Okay, it would be little jumbled up. What are scrambled words? Let's look into that now. Okay. Yes. The letters that can make a meaningful words are scrambled or mixed up together in random fashion. Any letters are put here and there, not according to the right, this one. You need to decode the spelling. Okay. For example, see the word autumn. They have scrambled it the way they like it. Okay. And the words have been given like this. You need to think and put it in the right format to come out with the right meaning. The word should give you the right meaning. That is why I told this is a mind game. It's a little tricky one. So the best possible way what I can suggest you is write down these scrambled one, the jumbled words, the jumbled letters. Write it down in a piece of paper. Do some permutation and combination, put the letters together and read the word, children. Read the word. If it gives you the right meaning, then only come up with an answer. Otherwise, it's really going to be funny. This game is this is really funny if you don't give out the right meaningful word at the end. The same way you can see here ham. Look at the word of family, how jumbled up it is. Harvest, pilgrims, pumpkin, turkey, Indians, salad, celebrate, friends, squash, potatoes, number, holiday, corn, thankful, sharing, pie, and mayflower. So all these things are the words, which are jumbled up. The letters are jumbled up. You need to put it in the right format. So this is also one part of the spell bee. Very, very important. Yes, the next one. The next concept which we are going to do today is, the last concept is rearrange these sentences. Very easy. I have picked up the easy ones. Again, I'm telling you, this is not going to be the same. Okay. We are going to give you a little longer sentences as well. So here, high marks he scored. There are few things which you have to remember when it comes to sentences. There are 5 rules, which you have to know. One thing is that the sentence should begin with a capital letter. It should have some meaning. When you put the words in the right appropriate way, it should give out the right meaning to you. It should be a meaningful sentence. Grammatically, it should be correct. It should have proper speech marks and everything. Okay, so all the rules has to be covered when you're forming a sentence. So here also you should think, and the suggestion what I can give you here is always put down the numbers for the words. See, high marks he scored. It's not giving you the right meaning. So what will you do? You will put on the numbers. He is my first word. Scored high marks. So I know now. Okay. So he is going to be first. He scored high marks. So I will go according to the numbering. Raining it is. My goodness, what kind of sentence it is? So I have to put it in the right format. Okay. It is my first word. Is my second word. Raining. It is raining. Next. Right well did not they? No. Even nobody understands if somebody speaks like this. So I'm going to put it in the right way. They did not write well. Simple. They did not write well. Sweets like children. Again, it's not making any sense. Children like sweets. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So this is the best way where you can think of it and put the sentences in the right format. Okay, so this is rearranging of sentences. Yes, with this we have few more concepts to be covered, that which we will be doing it in the next class, that is tomorrow's class. Timings and everything will be confirmed. So you can join the class tomorrow as well. Okay. So hope you all enjoyed this session. Practice well with all those you have noted down today. Okay. Meet you all soon tomorrow. Timings will be confirmed by ma'am. Is that okay, children? Yes, shall we wind up the class? Yes. Okay. Bye-bye, children. Have a good day, all of you.
Ma'am.
I hope the concepts were
Thank you,
clear.
ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Have a
Bye,
good day.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
children.
you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Ashwini.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Ashwini, ma'am. It was
Thank you,
very.
ma'am. Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Tomorrow we will meet again at 11.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.